Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Boomin with Bella. I'm your host, bellalainez, and today we're going to talk about my trip to Las Vegas. But first, go ahead, make sure you're subscribed to YouTube if you're watching on YouTube, and that you're following all of our social media at Boomin with Bella. The link is in the bio on Instagram. We're on Threads now too. I've been having fun threading. Threading is making a comeback, okay? And as well as all my playlists, they're all linked in the Instagram bio. So at Boomin with Bella for everything. Put a disclaimer in the episodes going forward, but just wanted to let you guys know that's there for you as well. So my trip to Las Vegas, okay? So it was kind of last minute, kind of not. I'd been talking about it for a while. I wanted to do something for my 24th birthday, and I thought, 24 karat magic in Vegas, like that eats. So my cousin and I decided to drive down after I visited her in Los Angeles for a little bit. My friend was going to come, but her flight also ended up getting canceled. So it ended up just being me and my cousin. And what happened was I did not know what to expect, I guess. I had never been to Vegas. A lot of my friends have never been to Vegas just because it is so far from New Jersey. But I loved it. So I guess I want to talk a little bit about just kind of obviously the music that I heard and saw in Vegas, but then also give you guys some travel tips because my friends and family actually have been calling me Miss World Ride lately. So I feel like you guys deserve to know the travel tips that I've been using in all my travels. Vegas just being one of them. So first, I'm gonna walk you through what I saw. So the first night we went to Omnia nightclub. I wasn't really planning on going there, I guess, going into the trip, but I saw on TikTok that it's like the one you have to go to if you're ever in Vegas, like you have to see it. So I figured why not, you only live once, a little YOLO action. So I went ahead, oh, my light died. Sorry, YouTube. But I decided that we were gonna go, and it's super easy to get promoters for everything. Like you literally just have to look on social media and see who you pick and choose, really. We ended up getting to the club around midnight, which I guess is kind of like the best time to get there because usually around 1 is when they start charging people, even if you have a promoter, to get into the club. And we went straight to the rooftop, and I kind of liked what they were playing up there. It was more open format. So I was hearing like reggaeton, I was hearing hip hop, but then we wanted to go see the main floor, see if Steve was out because he ended up being the headliner that night. He didn't come on till after 2, but we kind of saw like a little bit of like the DJ that was opening for him. It was like kind of cool. I wasn't expecting to not mind the music as much as I didn't, I guess, if that makes sense. It was heavy EDM, and I'm not used to that. I don't really listen to that anymore. I had a phase when I was like 17 and it hasn't really come back. But I went and it was cool and I didn't mind it. I just found it weird that no one was really dancing. And if they were dancing, it wasn't really on beat. And I don't know if that's just the people that I saw nearby. But I didn't feel like dancing with that crowd. So we tried to find a way to like get to the middle, but it was just so insanely crowded that night that we just ended up going right back to the roof, which was a lot of fun. They played Selena, so I was all in up there, and I was having a blast. And we didn't actually like go down to the main room again to see Steve Aoki until a little like closer to 2:30. So we missed like the opening parts of his set and everything, but I got to see him like shoot like air, I guess, at the people in front of him, and he was pretty cool. We ended up leaving after that just because we were tired. I had driven 4 hours from Hollywood to there, so I was ready to go to bed, but it was pretty cool. And the second day we went to Wet Republic at MGM Grand, and Liljon was DJing. And it was actually funny because I woke up the next morning and I had a text from the promoter from the night before. Never met him face to face, but he texted me and was like, hey, I'm also putting people on the guest list for this if you want to come. And I was like, sure, put me on the guest list for Liljon. So it ended up being like, we got there around, I want to say 1-ish. The vibes were high. It was hot. It was like 110 degrees. It was so hot. And it ended up working out for us. We got invited to a cabana, so that was awesome. But I really liked the DJ that was going on before Liljon. I didn't catch his name, but he was setting the vibes right. And then Liljon came on, and I was honestly a little surprised, but not really, because I also knew that like out of all of the DJs playing that morning, I wanted to see Liljon. But I was surprised about how many people also came to see Liljon. But he did really, really well. The people in the group that we were with had also said that they surprisingly really, really like Liljon the best as a DJ. So that was just a little tidbit of information for you. Following that, we went to dinner. And let me tell you, the strip of Vegas, it's literally like Times Square, New York, but whatever. Coincidentally, Guccimane ended up performing Saturday night. I did know that he was gonna do that like a few weeks before the trip happened, but when I like had booked things, I didn't know that. So it was like alignment. The universe was like, you're celebrating your birthday, let's get you Guccimane. I hadn't seen him live since 2018. So it had been some time. A lot of fandom and love has happened since then. So I felt like I needed to see him again. And he was performing at Bday's. So also super easy to get a promoter for. We went there closer to midnight, or a little, yeah, closer to midnight. And I will just say that I was not in the mood to dance, unfortunately. My feet were killing me. I've talked about this on my personal TikTok. I've talked about this with all my friends. I was in so much pain from walking and being in heels pretty much for the past 24 hours at that point, that I just was miserable. And I had options. I had options to get out of it, but I was being stubborn. I was being stubborn, and I was like, you can do this. Just don't think about it. And then all I did was think about it. But Just Incredible ended up being the main DJ at Bday's before Guccimane came on, and that would have been great. That would have been so cool, so great. I would have loved that. He did a great job, and I would have enjoyed it more if he didn't come on late. I don't know if that was his fault or not. I really don't. I hope it wasn't his fault. But he came on so late that I was like, oh, Guccimane is not coming on till well after 2 a.m. Also, if you know me, you know this past year, I've been going to bed at like 9 o'clock. So already being up that late, difficult. Okay, but I feel like I wasn't the only one, because everyone in the crowd was literally just standing there staring at the stage like this. And if you're not watching on YouTube, I just like widened my eyes and stared into space. No one was dancing. No one was dancing, and I don't blame them, because I could not dance either. There were also like not a lot of room to dance by the main stage. So there's that. But yeah, Guccimane didn't come on until like 2:30, and I felt bad because my cousin is not a huge rap person in general, not even just Guccimane, just rap in general. So I was like, I feel so bad that we've been here for like 3 hours, he hasn't come on, and when he comes on, like that's another 30 minutes to an hour, like this poor girl. But regardless, when he came on, all worries went away. It was like I was a brand new person. I was cool. And I have a lot to say about him as a performer. Positive. He is efficient. Even my cousin said so. He came in, he got right to work. He did not dilly-dally. You know, he didn't, like, I guess, stick with the song for too long. Like, he would sing a song and then right at the time where you're like, all right, I'm kind of over it, like, switch songs, cut it. He would already have it cut. Like, it's almost like he had it down to, like, the perfect science. There was something for everyone. He had his newer stuff, his hits, like Both with Drake, Black Beatles. He had, like, Wake Up in the Sky. Like, he had those songs, and then he had, like, old Gucci, like old Gucci, like I'm a Dog, Making Love to the Money, Photo Shoot, all of that stuff. And then he had, like, kind of in between, so like Lemonade, a couple of his other, Are You Rolling? Bitch, I might be, you know. Oh, I Get the Bag was also in there. Like, he has the perfect set list. Like, there's literally something for everyone. And he did not talk too much. He was just kind of like, hey, y'all know this one? Or this is from my old Gucci fans, where my old Gucci fans at? And that was pretty much it. But like I said, he got in and he got out. You know, no dilly-dallying. There was a fan who threw their phone on the stage to try to get him to take a video, and he just kicked it. But I also feel like I knew that about him. I feel like I've either seen him tweet or write about that in his books, that he just won't do that sort of thing. He just doesn't want to get in trouble later on. But yeah, he was great. He was so great, and I was fed. Do I think it is the same set list that I saw in 2018? Yeah, but maybe like a song or two was added. I don't remember if Making Love to the Money was in his set list in 2018, or if I just didn't love that song as much as I love it now. But I think the set list is almost identical, if not the same. And I'm not even mad about it, which is the crazy part. I'm not even mad about it. Like, I would go see him again. It's just so fun. So fun. He's such a good vibe. And the mic is on. The mic is on.
The mic is on.
He does obviously have back vocals, but like, you can clearly hear that he is rapping into the mic. I don't know, I liked it a lot. I was really glad I got to see him again, and I think my cousin even was kind of surprised with how much she enjoyed the performance, because I did go through her Spotify and peep that a few Gucci songs were added to her playlist, so ha ha ha. Not really a ha ha, but just funny. Like, keep trying to tell people, like, he's like not a crazy artist to really like. He has songs that are good, and I'm not just saying that. So yeah, I recommend going and see Guccimane. Regardless, you'll get a quick and easy performance, and you can just, like, it won't take too much out of you. Other tips and tricks for Vegas traveling. Okay, numbing cream for the heels, like I mentioned. Especially, like, ladies, you're gonna that, or have Advil on lock. Okay, if you're staying at a hotel, you probably want to be at an MGM owned property, just because at the very least, if only because they have a shuttle that will take you to other MGM properties, like, in the building. Like, you don't have to go too far to get onto the shuttle, and it'll take you directly to the Aria or directly to the Bellagio, or like, it makes life so much easier. And I wish we knew about it before the second day, because we would have used that the first night. But that was a huge help. I'm not sure if, like, Caesars owned hotels also have that. I would assume that they do, but I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. But I can assure you that MGM does have that. That also helped a lot with, like, the whole walking in heels thing. But also we stayed at the MGM Park, and there's a huge like concert arena right across from, I'm forgetting the name of the stage right now, but there is a huge arena right there across from it. And I will say that if there's a concert being let out on a Friday or Saturday night, when you're trying to leave to get to the club, it's gonna be hard for Ubers to get in. So take a cab, take a taxi. Curb is there. We ended up using that more often, and it was just easier. And they have an easier time for whatever reason getting to the clubs, the hotels, than Ubers do. That being said, download the Curb app ahead of time, and also just be wary, like when you're leaving the club, like sometimes there are cars that are outside of the clubs being like, hey ladies, need a ride? But then you don't see like the Uber, the Lyft, or the Curb sticker. So just be wary, have your wits about you. Sunscreen, you need it. Drink water, bring electrolytes. And then for the clubs and like drinking wise, this is for 21 and up. I preferred not to drink at the clubs. I had like one drink. I'm also a little old lady, and I act like a little old lady. But what we preferred to do was pregame in the hotel with alcohol that we had bought at the CVS or brought with us, and kind of then go to the clubs. I can't speak on how much every drink was, because like I said, I didn't really drink at the clubs, but I will say it was expensive, kind of equivalent to New York almost. I'm not sure specifically about Omnia. I've seen stuff on TikTok about them being like $50 for a vodka cran. I don't know if that's true. So do with that what you will. I just found it better to pregame than go. I also don't like to drink alcohol that late at night, just because I prioritize my sleep. So I was not drinking once it hit 1 a.m. So just for health reasons at the end of the day. That also, back to the heels thing, I was getting Charlie horses like a mother. So definitely make sure you're hydrated, you have numbing cream and Advil, because that was the worst, to get in bed at 3 a.m. and wake up at 5:30 with a Charlie horse. So yeah. For planning, so we were literally there for like 48 hours. And so we wanted to do like a semi dinner, like take pictures at the Bellagio sort of thing, and also like do a day party and do dinner. So I think what we did is what you should not do. What we did was day party, left the day party around 4, came back, had dinner at 6, and then came back and then went to the club at like 11:30. I would either stay at the day party longer, because I feel like it was just starting to get poppin' when we left, but we had been there for like already 3 hours, so it was okay. I think if you're gonna do a day party, don't do an early dinner. Do like an 8 p.m. dinner or something, and then maybe go straight from dinner to the club, or I don't know, or maybe don't do dinner. Like honestly, as nice as it was, like we were not there for dinners or like chill events. We were there to party, so could have probably done without the dinner. There's plenty of fast food options too, so like the first night we had Chick-fil-A, so we could have been fine with that. I also definitely think that maybe you need a rot day. Like Sunday was a necessary rot day, and like it wasn't even a hangover rot day, it was just like an exhaustion. I just was exhausted. I definitely like Vegas. Oh, also wardrobe, wear whatever the hell you want, okay? Sparkles, ruffles, sequins, animal prints, metallics, nobody gives a crap. I was dressed for my birthday, so I was obviously in sparkles and everything, but people were just like there for the weekend, and they were also in sparkles and everything. So it really, no one cares. No one cares. Ladies, also, if you're paying, you're doing it wrong. Literally just get there at 12:30 or at midnight. Sometimes there's a little bit of a line. So you like, and it's like I said, it's so easy to find a promoter. If you're going there and you're celebrating something, wear a sash, a pin, something. I didn't want to be that person. I was really self-conscious about being that person, actually, but my cousin was like, I think you gotta. And like every one of her friends that we had talked to that had been to Vegas was like, oh my God, you're there for a birthday? Like, absolutely, wear a sash, wear a crown, wear something that says it. And I think that definitely helped in some situations. I don't recommend, though, doing it if you're lying, at least to the bouncers, because when they check your ID and they see that like your birthday is actually 3 months from then, they're gonna be like, what the F? Because it actually genuinely felt like some of them were super excited to see that my birthday was like I was actually celebrating my birthday that weekend. And they were like, oh my God, happy birthday. Like, they seemed so relieved and so happy that someone was actually celebrating their birthday at the right time. But regardless, wearing the sash did help. Did help a little bit in terms of maybe getting a few perks. But yeah, I believe that's really everything that I have about Vegas. I will be posting more on the blog if you're interested and want to know more, so you can go check that out. There's a lot more detail with that too, but my all in all takeaway is that Guccimane is one of my favorite performers, if not only just because I am a fan, but because of his efficiency and like the clear organization, structure, straight to the point. You get what you get, it's good, and he's at like clean cut, easy. So I will go see him again. I would. And I'm glad that people who go see him have a different perspective of him now. There was a lot of people there to see him, so that was cool too. Like, it's not just me that's a Gucci fan, guys. There's a whole lot of us. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like I said, follow Booming with Bella everywhere. We're everywhere. On all social media. Subscribe to YouTube if you're watching me there. Hey. Check out my horse shirt. It's actually apparently from, like, this is a ranch in Nevada. I don't know, the shirt's from Urban, but Las Vegas, Nevada. And I also have a playlist of songs that I was listening to in Vegas, kind of to get in the Vegas mood. So you can go check that out. It's on Spotify and Apple Music. Both are there. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And like I said, all links are in my bio, and I have more episodes coming for you very shortly. So stay tuned. Love ya. Bye.